So, Max, it's 1-3. It's the first win. Is it a big deal?
It's a very big deal, actually, even though it's not against a good team. Guys, the Lakers were winless, and they got Denver coming to town, and Denver's a good team. And thank God for them, it's not them going to Denver. That would have been a real problem. But because then you could blink and you're 0-5. But they've been in games. It's not like they got blown out by Houston. They were in that game. And not only that, they're sending games to overtime and barely losing those kind of games. But so you can see there's some kind of intrinsic quality on the team. And his name is LeBron James, by the way. But it's not enough just to compete in games and try to get it together early and all that. While that's happening, you need to record some wins because you are in the Western Conference. And even though I believe if the Lakers make the playoffs, they will advance. I don't think to the conference finals, but I do think they can win will win a playoff series if they get there. Well, they better get there. That's not a given anymore. This is not the East. They have to get there. So both for the reason that they actually need the wins, you got to find them somewhere, and because it was so demoralizing to come back the way they did, to force it to overtime and then blow 6 points with under a minute left to lose that game, to be winless in what could have very easily been the first 5 games of the season, may have devastated them to the point that they couldn't return. That was a big win.
It's only a big win because had they lost to the Phoenix Suns, it would have been a devastating loss. That's the only reason why it's a big win. It doesn't mean much to me that they beat the Phoenix Suns because the Phoenix Suns are obviously, they've got a long ways to go. They're in basketball purgatory. We recognize that they're a relatively young team. Their biggest addition was Trevor Ariza, for crying out loud. Of course, they drafted DeAndre Ayton, and we know, by the way, he's looked relatively decent as well. Booker got hurt, the hamstring got agitated or what have you, so he had to leave the game in the third quarter. I don't view it as a big win because it's the Phoenix Suns. But I will say this. There are nuggets that I'm peeling away from it that I like what I'm seeing. Number one, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on the bench now. Josh Hart is in the starting lineup. That's something I've been advocating for. That's a big move. The next move is leaving Kuzma in there once Ingram comes back and bring him off the bench. Number three, JaVale McGee has been playing relative. May I stop and pause for a second and give some props to JaVale McGee, who's averaging 16 and 7, who scored 13, 16, 16, and 20 in the 4 games that he's played. This dude who's famous for being on Shaq and the Fool, okay, because of bloopers, he's actually been balling for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I give credit where credit is due because any level of production that you get from JaVale McGee is a plus.
Doing a fairly good DeAndre Jordan imitation recently, yeah.
He's actually doing a good job. But what I'm liking is Hart in that lineup because Hart is giving you perimeter shots. He hit 4 or 6 shots from three-point range last night. I'm looking at the Lakers and your perimeter play because I think any success that you have this year is going to be predicated on that. In the Western Conference, if you can't hit perimeter shots, you're going nowhere.
Which is why, look, there are 4 guys in the young core, right? Everyone talks Lonzo and Ingram because those are the number 2 overall picks. But the later picks in Kuzma and Hart are the guys that are actually more polished and more ready to play now. And you wonder, when the Lakers talk about making a move, Stephen A., of those 4 guys, who is going to wind up getting packaged? Magic talks up Lonzo and Ingram, and that makes me think that those are the guys who are going to be on the way out.
I don't know
and Hart and Kuzma are the keepers.
No. I'm going to piggyback off your points that you were making prior to the season and all of last year. I would tell you I would be inclined to hold on to Lonzo for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's gotten a little bit bigger. Number 2, defensively, he's not bad. He's got length on him. He's got size on him. And not only that, he walked into last night's game shooting 42% from three-point range.
Shots.
This dude, if Lonzo Ball continues to hit shots, why would you let him go?
Well, can I offer you one more reason why Lonzo's importance just went up over the last couple of days?
Sure.
Because the guy who's starting in his place, Rajon Rondo, just insulted the best player on that team's best friend.
That's right.
Rondo going after CP3 did make Lonzo Ball much more important to this entire experiment, did he not?
Well, I will say this to you. I wouldn't go that far in terms of Rondo speaking out against CP3. LeBron James is a man, and he is fully aware of the vitriol that existed between Chris Paul and Rondo before he okayed Rondo coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. It's not new to him what they feel about one another and what have you. So let's keep that in mind. I don't think and not only that, let's remember something here. Look, people, we work with each other all the time. We ain't got to have Thanksgiving dinner together or exchange Christmas gifts. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gonna see y'all during the holidays, hopefully.
But I'm gonna be
chilling with my own family.
But I'm not talking trash and throwing punches at your boys either.
I agree with you, but remember, it's not like it's a fight where you out in the streets and I mean, come on.
But Will's right about this. That was a little extra.
It was a little
vitriol,
extra.
The anger and the enmity between those two guys is a little different. It's a little more. And that puts LeBron in a tough spot because that's the guy.
No, it does
if
not.
you're the godfather to someone's kids, and your teammate is going at him like that.
Listen, you don't like each other. Now, when you get on the basketball court, okay, we can't have what happened, but off the court, y'all ain't gonna see each other, y'all ain't gonna hang together, y'all ain't gonna talk together. So what?
Here's the story.
I promise you, that's not a big deal.
Here's the story so far. If we're looking for like early storylines with the Lakers,
this would be it.
Right. But I'm saying in terms of the team itself, McGee is outstripping expectations. And it looks like at this moment, the best Lakers lineup at this moment is Rondo, Hart, LeBron, Kuzma, McGee. And the question mark right now on the team.
Why don't you just say Steven? I agree with you. That's what I said.
The question mark.
Okay to say
the only difference between what I've been saying difference between what I've been saying since the beginning of the season and that is the difference is you're swapping out actually Ingram for McGee.
Hold on,
that's actually the difference.
Can I say this? To some extent, we're treating the Lakers like we're Indiana Jones. Like we're brushing away dust like archaeologists looking for positive signs. Look at the pace. Look at the offense. Look at Hart. Look at Kuzma. The story of the season would be that fight, especially if they lost to the Suns last night. That's why that's a massive win.
It's a huge win.
If they were 0-4 today, oh, my God, what would we be saying about the Lakers?
If they were 0-4 today, it would be devastating because now we would lose all faith in them because they lost to the Phoenix Suns.